So what we see here is the Apostle Stephen was being stoned, right? And we see my first crazy MF consenting to the stoning, a witness to a murder. We see Saul, right? Later on, Paul consenting to the murder of Stephen, right? But what's crazy about it, was even more crazy, is that he thought he was right. That's what's crazy about it. He was the main guy. Saul was the guy, right? And as we dig into a little bit about his history and stuff, Saul was the top-notch guy, right? Saul was the guy that was super educated, a Pharisee of Pharisees. You know, he was your, he could be somebody like, I'm trying to think of somebody that we in modern day time, you know, somebody that you hold in high esteem. Like the Surgeon General, like the military people they got, you know, who say let's go fight and all. He had a high esteem. But this guy was crazy, right? He was so crazy that he was consenting to the death of the apostle Stephen. He was consenting to it, right? A man that was just preaching the word and loving God and loving people, right? He was consenting. He was sitting there like, yeah, do it. You know what I mean? And then they brought him, the witnesses brought their coats and laid at his feet. Yeah, we did it, right? And he was happy, right? Because they had committed this murder. But we know later on that God got him too. Same way he got me,
Yeah.
right? Same way he got you, right? Same way he got some of y'all.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna say all y'all, because I don't know if all y'all been through, right, that experience, right? Because everybody ain't got to go through that experience, right? And I would venture to say that if you don't have to go through that experience, that might be better. You know what I'm saying? It might be better not to go through it. And the Lord will take our experiences that we went through and get the glory, right? But there's also glory in not having to go through. You know, also glory there too. So, you know, but God went and got this guy later on, right? But this dude was crazy. You know, he was crazy.
Yeah.
He was crazy. You know.
Yeah.
I remember one night, because I always can tell on myself, right? Nobody get upset if I tell on me, right? I get upset if I tell on me, right? I can't tell it all because the statute of limitations have not run out on something. Let's just get that right. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one night, the crazy MF that I was, right? I remember one night we were trying to get some money to get high, right? Trying to get some money, and then so we could, I don't know, we want to get a little cocaine to add to our weed. You know, because, you know, back in the day, I don't know what the young people doing something different, but back in the day when, you know, me and Langford, we were getting high, you know, Pastor Langford. You know, we get our joints and roll them up, and then we would sprinkle some cocaine in it, call them rulers, right? So, you know what I'm saying? And smoke them nice and slow. So that burn, get that taste, right? You know what I'm saying? So we would do that. So I think I would have had some weed. And me and my guys wanted some cocaine. So we out on the hunt looking for a victim, right? Because I'm crazy MF, remember? Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Out on the hunt looking for a victim. And I remember ran into a guy, long story short, guy didn't want to give us his wallet or whatever. And this one I'm consenting, this one because I said a witness to a murder. So this is when I'm the guy who's consenting to what Paul consented to, what Saul did. You know, guy didn't want to give his wallet. You know, long story short, he bucked. Can't tell y'all all the details, might be on the news. But he bucked, and I say, you know, shoot him. I tell my friend, I tell whoever, shoot him, and they shoot him. They gotta shoot him and shoot him. You know what I mean? And that was the consenting. I don't know if the guy died, right? I don't know, right? But I do know I didn't check the next day to see if he died, right? I didn't know his name, right? I didn't know none of that. I just know that the devil had me gone, right? Right. That's why I said crazy MF. And you can add what you want to add to it. I said marvelous food, but MF stands for something else too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was all of that. You just add it all in. Don't spare me nothing.
Yeah.
I was all that. You know what I mean? As far as dumb down and thick. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say shoot the guys. Shoot him. I don't know. So I consented. So if I'm picking on Paul, I'm picking on me. Picking on Saul, I'm picking on me. Right? I was that guy. Right? That had that, that was giving himself over to evil and wickedness so much that Satan, got me on this. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I always liked about Pastor Langford was that he had a boundary, right? Some things he went into, Like, I said, oh man, we're gonna rob somebody, take some money. Nah, he said, y'all go ahead, man. See you later. Y'all go ahead, man. You know what I mean? I don't really want none of that. So just know, Miss Clout, your prayer was working then too. Your prayer was working because he was like, oh man, y'all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, for sure, you know what I mean? As I look at Saul, or as we look at Saul today, right, we know he consented to a murder, right? As I'm on display, right, I consented to maybe a murder. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't check. That is what it was then. But and I thought I was right. Saul thought he was right. He thought he was right. Read it, you'll see. Saul went to the Sanhedrin council and stuff and got permission to go persecute Christians, right? But in them days, we won't call Christians, it was called those of the way, right? Okay. Paul was so turned up, Satan had him so turned, he went and got permission for the high people. Yo, man, I want to go get anyone I find, can I bring them to court? Can I snatch them up? I said, yeah, and he was on a mission, So as we look at this, and this man is super educated. I mean, he was super educated. He was like some of y'all right, who was into President Barack Obama, right? Whoever y'all was into him, fine with me either way. I won't, but but some of y'all felt like he was that guy. Saul had that kind of clout. He can go into a space and be, immediately respected, right? Immediately, you know what I mean? This guy was so wrong, right? Educated on how you be so educated and be so wrong. How, right? Now for me, in the streets, right? I'm already wrong, right? I'm already wrong, right? Because I'm already like, I know. See, I was not deceived about who I was when I was in the street. I knew I was crazy, if you want to, I knew that, right? I knew I was gone. I knew. And I also knew that if I didn't get back to God, that I wasn't going to make it. I knew that, you know what I'm saying? I knew that, and God told me that in no uncertain terms when I was in the detective office on my way to penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? He told me that straight up, when I got caught for armed robbery. And I'm sitting in the detective office for all y'all tough guys, right? Because a lot of y'all, see the guys, y'all kind of feel different about the police than some of the girls do. So I'm going to talk to the guys. All y'all tough guys, LA, from Philadelphia, right? Tough guy, hate the police and all that. Well, used to. You know what I mean? you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All the tough guys, we had just did an armed robbery. We get caught shortly after because God is a setup. God said, yeah, I got you this time. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you this time. Right? We do armed robbery. We let the guy go. We won't hurt him. Let him go. Right? Get caught right out immediately after. They take me up in there, 811 in Norfolk. That's a jail place. East, 811. East, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up in the tall building with the man. Right? I'm in the office with Mama Clock. I'm in the office with the police. I'm sitting up in there in the office, looking around. Now, I've been in trouble a lot. And I know what not to say to the police, right? And if you've seen enough detective and police movies, you know you're supposed to say nothing. What you're supposed to say, when the man say, do you got anything you want to say, right? What you supposed to say? Lawyer. You can spell it out to him. You know what I'm saying? Right? Capital L. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to say, man. Get out of my face. And I'm sitting in that detective office, and the detective say, sir, do you have anything you want to say? I'm sitting in the chair. He's sitting in front of me. And I heard a voice. I heard the Lord say to me, this is what the Lord said. You go back on the streets, you're going in the ground. I heard the voice, right?
My God.
And so when I heard it, I was like, because I won't have nothing then. Because we were robbing the guy to get some money to get some more cocaine. Won't have. You know what I'm saying? I had weed, but ain't had no cocaine. Right. The guy say, the officer say, do you have anything you want to say? I know what I'm supposed to say. Man, I heard that voice in my head, right? No, I now know my time was up. Heard that voice? God said, if you go back on the street, you're going in the ground. So I look around to see if he heard it. Right? I'm looking at him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because the voice was clear. You know what I'm saying? The voice was crystal clear. I'm like, yo, did he? You know what I mean? And I'm looking at him, and I can clearly see he didn't hear the voice because they ain't registered on his face. He would have, he'd have been like, yo, somebody in here. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? It don't register on his face, right? Mm-hmm. So I look around. Then he asked me again, you have something you want to say? You know? Then I heard the voice again. Go back on the streets. Going in the ground. Mm-hmm. All right? And I won't live in nothing. I mean, I won't, the most respect I had for God in the church was if we were drinking, we walk past, we start drinking until we get past the church. Right. That's right. Even the Bible, keep going, then we get past the church. We keep drinking. That was the most respect I had, you know what I'm saying? Right. That was the most respect I had for church. Hey, you know what I mean? I won't talk about God at all like that. You know what I mean? That's right. Man, sure, I heard that voice again. I got scared. I'm like, wow. I'm like, because now I know it's God. Right. Now I know it's God. Like Saul, when he was on his horse, he got knocked off his horse. He said, this is some heavy stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was blinded. Now I knew it was God. So I was afraid then. So then I say to the detective, yeah, I got something I want to say. He said, what you want to say? I said, I did it. I did it. Right, I did it. Yeah, I did it. They caught me after, after the man, but they didn't see me do nothing. Now you got to go through the whole court procedure. I know about that stuff. I might can get out. Maybe he don't remember me when he get in the court. Maybe say it looked like him. It's nighttime. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's nighttime. Maybe the gun he saw made him close his eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get out. But I said, no. I said, yeah, I did it. I did it. He said, you did it? He said, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, well, write a statement. I said, give me the paper. Hurry up. You know what I'm saying? I want to pay for myself. I said, yeah, man, what do you want me to say? Say it like this. We want this thing to go through. Let me go. Don't let me go. You know what I mean? Because I knew at that point, right? Man, I'm about to check out.
Thank you, God.
I knew I was about to check out. Because even though I won't live in nothing, right? Come on, prayers. Yeah. The prayers was working. Yeah. Come on now. Even when I didn't know it was working. Yeah. I didn't even know it. I don't know nothing, bro. Nothing. I ain't caring about it. This dude can tell you, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's crazy, man. We had dudes want to get us and want to fight us and want to kill us because we controlled a certain area in the projects with our little drugs and stuff. And it was so bad that it got so bad with me and him that we couldn't be without each other. Right? We had always, just like you see the guys in the mall, always be together so they won't catch you by yourself. Because if they caught us by ourselves, they was going to do us. Right. You know what I mean? So we had to, it was so bad we had to always be together. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about no God for real. You know what I'm saying? You know? But guess what? His mama praying for him, someone that kept me safe. Oh, boy. Yeah. Someone that kept me safe. I'm telling you. Because my mom won't like that for real. My mom won't no prayer like that for me. My mom won't like that. You know what I'm saying? Sure, she love me, but she won't, you know what I mean? She won't on her knees praying every night. I can tell you that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I might walk past my room and smell a little weed coming out of the You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? I smell the thing coming out. You know what I mean? So guess what? Mom won't like that, but Mr. Clark was praying for this joker, and guess what? I was connected to him. Right. Come on now. That's like Jonathan and David. We linked in arms. Right. So that's like with Jonathan and David. When Jonathan told David, I know the Lord has anointed you to be king. Jesus. Come on, Steve. Jonathan said, I know the Lord, but when you take over, remember my household. Remember my household. And even though Jonathan got killed, right? David went and got his son. His son was crippled. And David went and got him from a far country. Says, anybody left in the bloodline that I can bless because of their connection? Is anybody left? And went and got him because of the connection. You know, is anybody left? So I know, right? I know. I'm grateful. I know Miss Clark was praying for you. She was praying for me, didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I take it by osmosis or any kind of way I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I take it. You know what I'm saying? To stay close to those that you know is close to God. Stay close, stick close. You know what I mean? You ain't got to have it all together like he was telling you. You know what I mean? You know, you might be a guy you might be sitting in your bedroom with a Bible, and you might have a 45 sitting on your dresser. You might just clean your gun, now you reading the Bible. It's okay, right? It's okay. God ain't mad, right? Whoever told you he mad, they lying, because he ain't mad. Because he's seen all, know all, and he trying to connect with us all the time. Always trying to connect with you. Come on, he always trying to connect with you. You know what I mean? Never time. You know what I mean? He's not trying to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? Never time. Okay, y'all. I'm going to move on. What time we got, y'all? Okay, good deal.
Thank you, God.
Okay. Now, I want Pastor, I want you to read 2 Samuel. We're going to go to the second crazy MF. 2 Samuel 11th chapter, verse 1 through 5. I'm talking about this other guy.
It happened in the spring of the year, at a time when kings go out to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel. And they destroyed the people of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David remained at Jerusalem.
Stop right there. Stop right there for a minute. Sometimes just being out of position, being out of place will get you tricked up.
Come on now.
Because see, the Bible says that it came a time when the kings went to battle. Right? They went to battle. But it said that King David stayed home. He should have been out to battle too. He sent the other jokers out. Right? He sent the other jokers out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? But he stayed home. Right? Okay, read some more.
Then it happened one evening that David arose from his bed and walked on the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman bathing, and the woman was very beautiful to behold. So David sent and inquired about the woman. And someone said, it is Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite. Then David sent messengers and took her.
Stop. See? Right there. Right there. Look at that crazy MF. All right, there you go. Right? Right? A man that'll take another man's wife is crazy. Right? He's crazy. Right? Point blank period. We ain't gotta, point blank period. If we see that in modern day time right now, you would say the joker crazy. Right? You wouldn't even you wouldn't even give it a second thought. This dude is crazy, man. This dude is crazy. Right? If we see it now, we would say, right, put him in prison, you know what I mean, and do all this stuff to him. Especially in the time of Me Too moment. When we went to the Me Too movement with women, we were really like, yo, we did what? You did that? You took this dude's wife? She didn't have a choice? You the king? You get anything you want and you take her? Okay. We got something for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See? So now what I want to talk about is the fact that David was able to do that, and we know the Bible calls him a man after God's own heart, right? The Bible, David is one of our favorite characters in the book. All kind of Bible stories are told about David and how he did things, right? He the same guy that slew Goliath, same guy that faced the giant, right? Had heart. He had the heart of a lion. Everybody else running, he going in, right? Right? To defend the honor of God and the honor of Israel. Right? So what we got to understand is you can be right in a space, right, where you can be doing everything correctly and still get caught up with some crazy stuff, right? If you don't examine yourself, right? If you don't examine, right? Because the Bible says that when he got in trouble when he first saw her, right? Because he knew it wasn't his wife. That's what he did know. You know what I'm saying? Showing the Ruth taking a bath, he knew it ain't his wife. When he seen her, he should have gone, oh man, somebody's wife. You know, going back in this palace. Man, got a palace by the side of this whole block. You know what I mean? Go somewhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? So soon as he engaged in that, right, from the seeing part, then the inquiring part, right? Because I like to ask people, why, right? What's your why? Why are you saying this or asking that? The Bible says he inquired about her. Why are you inquiring about her? You're already off. You shouldn't be asking nothing.
Wow.
You should have turned away and saw her and didn't see her. Right? Right? Like I do today. Right? Like you may do sometime today. Right? You've been somewhere and saw somebody and said, oh, and then turn and keep going. Right? Right? So we understand that when we do that, it keeps us safe. Keep us from going to certain areas and doing certain things that we'll get tricked up in.
That's right.
Right? Because the trick is always there. And guess what? The more power you have as a man, and even as women, the more power you have, the trick is right there. There's always a bait sitting right there for you.
That's right.
Right? There's a bait. He set the bait, set the trap. Oh, they're doing good. Let me see if they'll take this. Oh, they're doing good. Let me see if I can get them to get out of, you know. And what's crazy is to think that we can take the bait, right, and not, like the Bible says, you can't walk on coals and your feet not be burned. You think you can take the bait, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, and don't have no scars. You know what I mean? You know,
Right.
You know, it's impossible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And for him, it wasn't even the bait. He just was out of place totally. Because the Bible said, at the time when kings went to war, he stayed home. Right? How many of us are staying home? We should be out doing the will of God and the purpose of God. Because the king going to war, that was the purpose of God for his life. Kings going to war, that was everything at a time. Right? The Bible says a time, right, for peace, a time for fight, everything, a time for everything. There's a timing in everything in life. Right? Life has come full circle, and me and his life are timing. Right? It was a timing for that. Right? Brother Melvin saw me at the barbershop the other day. This is how timing works. I'm in the barbershop eating lunch. I don't like being disturbed. Right? Right? And LA can tell you. If we at the shop and I'm eating lunch, somebody want to talk to me, he answers the phone, he be like, no, you can't talk to him. He be like, no, you don't want to talk to you.
Right.
You know, they insist. Here come people here in the office. Sir, they asking for you. Do you want to talk to him? I said, no. Tell him to call me back. If you talk to me on my lunch break, you're special. Right? You are very special because I reserve my time because I got so little of it. Right? Never come to the barbershop. Well, he ain't in the barbershop. He outside in the car on my lunch break. And he know how I do. Because we friends, I can talk to him straight up. Yo, man, you get on my nerves. All right, hurry up. You know what I'm saying? You get on my nerves, hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up. You know what I mean? Because, see, you're not a friend if you can't talk straight to people.
Come on now.
Right?
Right.
Soon as you got to start wiping people's noses and, putting powder on them and putting diaper on them, that's not a friend, bro. That's not a friend. That's a burden. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's another category. We're friends, right? He can call me and say, hey, man, come to my house 3 o'clock in the morning. I need you. I'm going to say, where you at? What's the address? I'm going to say, I'm on the way. It's that simple. My friend. He called me on my lunch break. I said, hey, man, what's going on, man? I'm eating lunch. He said, I'm outside. Come outside. I'm outside, then you come outside. That's what he told me to do. I don't even know you coming. You know what I'm saying? What you mean I'm outside? Come on, man.
Mail.
You really taking advantage of that friendship, ain't you?
Right.
I got to stop eating to come see you and I ain't got so much time to eat.
Right.
I come outside. This is the setup. This is the thing and timing that I'm talking about. I come outside. We talk. We do a little small talk. Then he say, hey, man, we got to go see Langford. We got to go see Pastor Langford. That's what he say to me. Hey, man, we got to go see Pastor Langford. I said, whoa, Melvin. I said, hold up, Melvin. I said, oh. I said, that's some God stuff, bro. What are you talking about? I said, man, I just talked to Pastor Langford. I'm going to preach at the church Sunday, right? He was like, oh, whoa. Then he got quiet for a minute, right? I thought I ain't know what he was going to do because he got quiet on me, right? Look, I started calling his wife and everything, right? But the Lord said, no, let him marinate on him. He got quiet over me. He got quiet because he kept saying, yo, because he said it. But then when he said I'm outside and he's mentioned it, I'm like, man, that's God, man, because I just talked about like I'm going to see him Sunday. You know what I mean? So I say, well, and you know how I am, right? I try to get people to answer quickly. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And he didn't say nothing, right? I said, okay, man. I went back and ate my lunch, right? I wanted to call her bad. Because I know if I called her, she'd have been like, oh, I got him. But I didn't.
Right.
And I didn't call her. You know what I mean? The Lord said, let it marinate. So boom, he said, hey, man, he called me later, showed me about the place, how I'm gonna get there. Boom, boom, boom. But that timing was God. Yes. That was God, the timing. So if we get to be to recognize when the timing of something is the hand of God. We can make things sometimes happen ourselves. But when you want divine connections, right, and you say, I'm here for a purpose and for a time, understand, we are here all in this place for a time and for a purpose, right? The question is, can we see it? That's the only question. That's the only question, right? Can we see it? Y'all, look, I'm going to wrap this thing up, but I do want to go down a little further. Come on. In 2 Samuel, we want to talk about this thing a little bit more with David before I let y'all go. All right, Pastor Langford, we still in the same chapter, same verse. Same chapter. Go down to verse 17. Read down to verse 17.
11th chapter.
Yep, 11th chapter.
Then the men of the city came out and fought with Joab, and some of the people of the servants of David fell, and Uriah the Hittite died also.
So the setup was, since David took the man's wife, right? David now want to get a man killed. Right. Tell me that ain't crazy, y'all. Tell me that ain't crazy. Let's see. You take the man's wife and then get the man knocked off. You don't got the man's wife pregnant, so then he got to cover up. Yes. Right? So you try to get the man sleep with a man. But man wants to sleep with his wife, so David can say it's your baby. That's like on TV, all this stuff y'all watching. Scandal and power and all this stuff, the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? This thing's real, man. It's the same stuff. It's crazy. The Bible got it all in there. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, the prophet Nathan, God sent the prophet Nathan to David and gave him a parable. Because God will talk to you in parable. Yes. That's what I like about God. He'll reach you wherever you at. Right? If you like cars, God can take a car and talk to you through a car. Like, give you your whole message. If you like jewelry, God can take anything and relate it to your life.
Yeah, he can.
Anything and relate to your life and bring it home to you. All the way that you fully understand. Right? That's right. The way he showed me was when I was in prison, I didn't like the dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't like this. You gonna keep doing this? This ain't for me. Right. One time. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's it. I'm done, brother. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but God has the power to bring it around. God gave King David a parable about a man with a lot of sheep and a man with one. And he said the man that had a lot took the man one, right? And King David got upset, really, really upset, wanted to punish the man. And then the prophet of God told King David, you are the man. Right? You are the man. Right? So now we see when King David got confronted with the fact that he had did wrong, right? He quickly repented. Right. He quickly said, I've sinned before the Lord. Yes. Right? That's all God wants us to do. Right. Right? Sin means you've missed it. Right. Right? Everybody wants to try to label it as one thing. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. You can miss it. I can leave out here right now and miss it. We can go to Brussels when I leave here, and I go in the restaurant, and I think they're not seating us quick enough, and I get an attitude with the person. Right. That what just happened. I just missed it. That's how it is. So God took that thing with David, gave him the opportunity to repent. He repented. He said, I've sinned before the Lord. Right. It was me. Right. God said, listen, I'm not going to kill you, but there are going to be consequences in your house. So if you read down, I ain't got time to teach it, but if you read down through, you'll see where David had turmoil in his household because of what he did to the man, to the man's wife. Right? Death even was in his house. Because of what God spared him. Right? And I've seen death. Right? My cousin died in the same penitentiary I was in. In the same barber shop. I was cutting hair in prison. He go to prison. Right after I go, he get killed in prison. I've seen death. Right? And that immediate family, he running with me, doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't escape all this facts, but you can escape enough. I'm still here. Right? I'm grateful. I'm still here. God is good. You know what I mean? I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still here. So look, in closing this thing out, y'all, I just want to say there's two things we must be willing to do, right? Only two, right? To be right with God and just to be able to turn that thing a little bit right. Number one is we must be willing to see, right? Must be willing to see. When Saul got knocked off his horse, right? Paraphrasing it, shortening it for y'all. When Saul got knocked off his horse, right? And the voice came to Saul. Who is it? Who is it, Lord? Who is this? You know, is it you, Lord, and all that? Right? And then Saul was like, now finally I can see. Because Saul thought he was serving God. Right? But guess what? You could be wrong. Right? You could be wrong. Right? Always know that you could be wrong. Always be willing to receive another voice other than your own. Just be willing. Just see. You know what I mean? He was willing to see. And secondly, we see it with David. When David was able to hear. When Nathan is actually 12th chapter 13 verse, when David went and told David about himself. You know what David was able to do? He was able to hear the instruction, the rebuke of the Lord, because that was a rebuke. Right. You know you did wrong, man. You did wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know that wasn't right. And you know I love you. I gave you everything. And you did this. You know you're wrong. You know, be able to hear. Right? So if you're able to see and you're able to hear, then I believe personally, that you're able to, if not avoid being a crazy, you know what I mean? Blank. If not avoid it, then you'll be able to definitely, you know what I mean, find your way back out of it, right? And receive, you know, the grace and mercy of God in your life, right? That's all I got for y'all, you know. That's all I got. Turns over to my pastor, Randy. Bless you, sir. Bless you, friend.
Y'all give him a hand. Y'all got to give it up. Y'all know we got to give it up. A marvelous food. He said add whatever you want to add to it. And we're going to go with that. Real quick, we want to, we're a little different down here in Barren Fruit. This is a new pastoral ministry. And so I don't never ask people, or I don't do no soup line. Okay. We don't. We've been blessed.